let's face it, you want to look your best. Carolina Age Management Institute in Huntersville, North Carolina can help you with just that. From facials to Botox and fillers and laser treatments to tighten your skin and make you look younger, this is where Colleen goes to take care of her skin. You can save 20% off any procedure at Cami just for listening to the Wake Up to Your Life podcast. When you call to make your appointment at Carolina Age Management Institute, use the coupon code Colleen and save 20%. That's COLLEEN and save 20%. Call 704-997-6530 or log into carolinaagemanagement.com. That phone number again is 704-997-6530.
Are you tired of living on autopilot? Are you ready to start embracing your one precious life? Welcome to the Wake Up to Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Colleen Odegaard. Hello. Welcome to the show. If you don't wake up to your life, you'll get the life you tolerate. And I know you want more than that. And here's the good news. You can have it. You can have it. If you have a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of catastrophic thoughts, this episode is for you. If you think about your prolins all the time and you mull over your prolins in your mind, and then you talk about your prolins and you talk about them over and over again with anyone who will listen, but you never come up with solutions to your prolins. And if you've had the same prolins for many, many years, this episode is for you. Talking about negative thinking, how to break the habit of negative thinking, and really negativity, Shmegativity. That's what I have to say about it. When you're stuck in negative thinking, you really do create more stress for yourself, more suffering for yourself. And I think that's prolins. You don't want that. Speaking of negativity, I have been in a negativity, yucky place this week. You might notice in my voice, I'm a little under the weather. I have a cold and a sore throat. I am not COVID sick. I'm regular sick. But when the regular sick came on, I got scared it was COVID because of the sore throat. I'm like, oh no, these are symptoms, but I'm just regular sick. So I'm feeling a little under the weather. Sorry if I don't sound like myself. Trying to sound normal and enunciate my words for you. But we're talking about negative thinking and really some things you can do that might help you if you notice you're stuck in those negative thought loops. To be clear, I do not believe that the antidote to negative thinking is simply positive thinking. I don't think that at all. I will not insult you like that. I don't want to be that annoying Pollyanna person who says the glass is half full and just be positive. That's super weirdo to me. That just doesn't resonate. You know, I do really have sort of a melancholy side, and I can go that way. And I think we all can. Our brains are wired that way. Negativity bias. Yes, we overlearn from negative experiences and underlearn from positive ones. This is normal. However, if you dwell in the negative, if you live there too much of the time, it's really hard to ever be the kind of person who takes action, the kind of action you need to take to make changes in your life. So remembering it is normal to get stuck in negative thoughts. And when you do, I just want you to notice it. I just want you to notice it. You know, I've talked to you before about observing your thoughts. This is a great time to do that. Just notice, gosh, I'm thinking a lot of negative thoughts. Whoa. You don't have to push them away immediately. You don't have to push them away. I'm not even sure that works. When it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I think that when we resist it, we make it worse. So don't push it away. Notice it. You can note it, is what they talk about in meditation. Just noticing. Okay. So noticing that you have them, separating from them a little bit, and then I want you to learn how to challenge your negative thoughts. So when you're stuck in a negative thought loop, I don't want you to judge yourself, and I don't want you to suppress it. Okay. No judgmental stuff about yourself, because your words matter. The words you say to yourself about yourself, the words you say out loud, they matter. So when you've got negative sentences running through your brain all the time, it affects how you feel. So, okay, let me give you some examples. If you're stuck in a negative thought loop, like let's say you don't get a job. You apply for a job, you have an interview, and you don't get the job. And what are your thoughts about that? Are you thinking, oh, I sucked in the interview. I don't know who I was thinking I'd get that job. You're thinking things like that. Okay. So what I would say to you is to notice that you're having those negative thoughts and be more matter of fact about them. For example, you can say to yourself, wow, I'm really upset that I didn't get the job. I'm really thinking about this a lot. Wow, I'm really telling myself a story about why I didn't get the job. Then challenge the thought. So this is how we challenge negative thoughts. Take the thought and ask, is this really true? Is this really true? Did I really suck out loud during that interview? Did I really, I wasn't really actually quite qualified and I did the best that I could do, right? Challenge the thought. Like, is the truth maybe that there were lots of qualified candidates? Can you ask yourself or present to yourself, could it be that there's something better out there for me? So remind yourself that you have control over what you think. You can make a decision that you're not going to be dwelling in the negativity, and instead ask yourself some good questions. Here's the other thing you can do. You can take these negative things that happen, and really they're negative because you're making them be negative, perhaps, with what you're thinking about them. But can you take these situations in your life and ask yourself some good, high quality questions like, what can I learn from this? What is this here to teach me? And I know it's hard to do this because the thing happens, you're upset, you're pissed off, and then you're negative. The last thing you want to do is go, let me observe my thoughts and let me challenge the thoughts and let me ask myself some good, high quality questions. I realize that this can sound a little bit annoying. However, when you practice this, it becomes more automatic and it gets easier. And you lather, rinse, repeat. Notice the negative thoughts. Notice them. Separate yourself from the thoughts and then challenge them. And ask yourself some good, high quality questions. Practice, practice, practice. This really is a skill. The more you practice it, the better you get at it, the easier it is to do. And remember, even if you're not a naturally glass half full, positive kind of person, not asking you to become that, but to notice that when you are steeped in negativity, how you feel and how you act and how that's affecting your life. It really is hard to change if you're always super negative. I've had clients, life coaching clients, who really deal with this negativity. And it's hard for them to even believe something else, that something good can happen for them. And when they aren't willing to believe it, it's hard for them to make a change. We'll spend lots of sessions just working on the negative thinking. So that's why this stuff matters. I've seen this in action. Okay, so practice, 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 lather, rinse, repeat. Quick break, more on what to do when you're steeped in negativity right after a word from our sponsors.
Whether you want to sell your home or find a trusted real estate professional where you live, let Bobby Sisk from the Bobby Sisk Homes team at Nestlewood Realty help you with that. Bobby is a top performing realtor in Charlotte, North Carolina, who goes above and beyond for all of his clients. He even has a warehouse full of furniture and accessories to help stage your home when you're ready to sell it. Go to bobbysisk.com or follow him on Instagram at Bobby Sisk Homes. That's SISK. Black Lion wants you to love your home. Black Lion is a home furnishings and home decor store with so much variety. If your taste is modern, you'll find something you love at Black Lion. If you're more traditional, well, they've got that too. Walk the aisles at Black Lion in Charlotte and see their decorating items firsthand. Those beautiful wood signs with inspirational messages are always a favorite. Custom floral arrangements, they even have clothing, jewelry, and tote bags that you can get monogrammed. Go to blacklion.com or follow them on Instagram at Black Lion Stores.
Okay, so another thing you can do when you are stuck in negativity is to really practice and cultivate gratitude, because it is hard to be grateful and negative at the same time. Try it right now. Think of a poopy negative thought, something that brings you down, takes your mojo, and then think of something you're grateful for. You can't be grateful and negative at the same time. So gratitude is kind of one of those words where people go like, have gratitude, but it really does work and you can cultivate more of it. Think about this, and I've told you this before, this, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but what, you put your mind toward, where you direct your mind to go, influences how you feel. So when you take time on purpose to think about what you're grateful for, it helps change your perspective and get you into a more positive mindset and to a state of mind when you see what is good in your life, when you see what is beautiful and good all around you. So you can even do sort of a little meditation where you think of people you're grateful for. Think of a person you're grateful for and really think about this person and why you're grateful for this person. How having this person in your life has helped you in some way or, just made it, given you a fuller experience in some way. Think about that person. Pay attention to how that feels in your body when you think about how grateful you are for this person. And you can do this in the middle of a negativity spiral, negativity thought loop. You can pause, stop it. Okay, I'm going to cultivate gratitude. Think of that person you're grateful for. It could be your pet. Think about your dog, your cat. Think about your pet that you love so much and the kind of person you are with your pet. I like using pets as examples because it's easy to tap into that love we have for our animals. Think about your pet, why you're grateful for your dog, why you're grateful for your cat. And think about yourself. What are you grateful for when it comes to you? And this one can be harder to connect with. I know this because I know you. I know you because I'm a version of you. I am. I see this with my clients. I have a hard time with this. It's easy for me to think of people and my animals that I'm grateful for. But when it comes to myself, sometimes it's harder to connect with that. But spend some time there. Something that you're proud of in yourself or that you're grateful for when it comes to you. Maybe that you're kind. Maybe that you're a good listener. Maybe that you're a generous person. Maybe that you're really a hard worker. And then take this gratitude and come back to it throughout your day, especially when you are prowling, stressed out. This is easy to do in the morning before people get to you, before those people. Maybe it's those people in your house. Maybe it's those people at your office. I know a lot of you are going back to the workplace. Maybe it's just those people on Zoom. People at the store, whatever it is. I know that it's people get to you and then you can start getting into that negativity. But can you take that gratitude that you're practicing and cultivating and tap into it throughout the day? Try it. When it comes to your prolins, and by now, do you all know what prolins means? It's a word that I made up with some friends many, many years ago. It means problems. Something's problematic. Something's not to your liking. It's a good word. And when you use it, when I see you put it on your Instagram stories or when you DM me and use the word Rollins, brings a tear of joy to my eye. I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you embrace it. When it comes to your Rollins, your personal Rollins, and if you noticed, it's easy to think about our Rollins a lot and even to talk about them a lot. But do you notice how when you talk about them all the time, you give them an energy? It's like you're feeding this Rollins beast and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Have you noticed how the more you talk about how you can't stand your boss, the more you can't stand your boss? Or how annoying that thing is that your husband does. Oh, just so annoying. I can't believe he does that. It's so annoying. The more you talk about it, the bigger it becomes in your life. Now, I'm not saying don't talk about your Rollins. We need outlets. We need places, safe places where we can be heard and we can kind of get some stuff off of our chest, for sure. However, you know the ones I'm talking about, the things that you just put on repeat and you talk about them all the time and you get yourself so worked up. Is that helpful to you? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is helpful to you. I suspect it's not. I just don't want to see you make Rollins worse in your mind. Remember the high quality questions I talked about a few minutes ago? You can do that. Okay, here is the Rollin. Here's the thing I'm dealing with. How can I use this situation? What is this here to teach me? Because a lot of times the truth is that we have situations in our lives that are happening for us. A lot of times we need to change our hearts. It's not that we need God to change our circumstances. It's that we have to change our hearts. There was a woman I worked with at the TV station that I don't work at anymore. And it was hard for her to talk without complaining. I mean, truly, she could not open her mouth without uttering a complaint. You'd ask, how was the beach this weekend? Oh, well, there's a lot of sand. Murmur, 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 murmur. If you are really negative, and if you're negative often and you go spreading that around out loud, there is a good chance that you are driving the people around you totally crazy. Let mama tell you that, because people at work are just going to go, they're going to nod and they're going to smile, and your neighbors are going to smile and nod, and they're going to talk about you behind your back. So be cool, man. That's what I'm saying. Be cool. Just notice it. Notice it. All right. So to sort of recap, what the hell did I say? What did I tell you to do? Okay, notice it. Notice that you're in a negative thinking loop. Separate from the thoughts, then challenge the thoughts. Okay, are these thoughts even true? Are these even true? Ask yourself some good, high quality questions and spend time cultivating gratitude. You can do this every day. Just takes a few moments. You can do this as you're on a walk, as you're driving in your car, anytime. First thing when you get up in the morning, I like to have prayer time, quiet time, and I like to really spend time thinking about what it is that I'm grateful for. And I know some days it's hard to come up with anything. I do. I know that you may be going through a really terrible season of life right now. You're in a lot of pain. Maybe your marriage is in trouble. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe you have a rebellious child, right? Maybe you've got challenges at home. Maybe you've got a lot of self-doubt, a lot of negativity when you think about yourself. I understand that. I swear to you, I totally get it. However, there's always beauty around. There's always love around. Be the kind of person who gravitates to the beauty and the loving thing that is happening in any room, in any space. Okay? Changing the cycle of negativity helps you to change how you feel, which helps you to take different actions, which helps you end up with different results in your life. You don't want to be a poop. You don't want to be a drag to be around. Listen, if you complain all the time, people do not like it. They don't like it. Do you like to be around someone who complains all the time? So, food for thought. Food for thought. Thank you so much for listening. I am a certified life coach. It's a real thing. It's a real JOB. You want to know more about life coaching? You can send me a DM on Instagram. You can send me an email, Colleen@wakeuptoyourlife.net. I'll tell you more about it. I'm also a video media coach. I spent 30 years on camera on live TV 5 days a week. I know how to be comfortable on camera, and I can teach you how to do that. The benefits to showing up on video and being comfortable on camera. It allows you to connect with your perfect client, get more views, get more media attention. That's what it does. It's a skill worth learning, and I promise you can, no matter how awkward, how nervous, how weird you are, or how freaked out you get before showing up on camera. I promise you, you give me a month of your time, we'll get you so much better at it by the end of that month. I promise you that. Okay, thank you for listening to Wake Up to Your Life. Tell a friend. You've been listening to the Wake Up to Your Life podcast, produced by Andy Go of Go Joe Studios. He's the best. I'm your host and executive producer, Colleen Odegaard. I'm a life coach and a video media coach. If you want to work with me, send me an email, Colleen@wakeuptoyourlife.net. I have a few one-on-one life coaching sessions available right now, and I also have group coaching that is available right this minute. So send me an email, Colleen@wakeuptoyourlife.net. And do me a solid, would you? If you like this podcast, please leave a rating and review. Doing so helps other people find this show. Again, thank you for listening. Okay, so this is the show after the show. I've decided to embed some extra content when I'm feeling it, when the show is over. See how many of you stick around really till the very end. Like you think the show's over, the music plays, but there's more. So the truth is I really was in a bad place when I started recording this podcast. I really was feeling very negative. And I'll tell you what was making me feel negative. Because I feel sick, I have a sore throat and the cold. I don't like to be sick, and I have a lot of stuff, a lot of work to do this week. So that seemed inconvenient. Our refrigerator broke, so we had to buy a new refrigerator, thousands of dollars. I lost my AirPods. This sounds dumb, but it got me in a bad mood. Right before I was recording this episode, I lost my AirPods. I was walking my dog, and I put my AirPods, I had them in the case, and I had them in the pocket of my jacket. And I take my dog for a walk and I get back to the house, take off my jacket, and I can't find the AirPods. So I'm thinking, what? Wait, I had them in my pocket. Wait, I know I had them in my pocket. Okay, I'll go back out. So I go retrace my steps through the neighborhood. I spend like 45 minutes looking for these damn things. I can't find them and I can't give it up. So I get in the car and go drive through I don't know what I think I'm going to see from the streets, but I'm driving through my neighborhood looking for them. I still can't find them. And I cannot let it go. And I'm totally irritated. And I want heads to roll for this. Oh, it's nobody's fault. It's just something that happens, right? But I was really letting all of this ruin my day today. I was pissed off about needing to buy a new fridge because I'm going to spend money like that. I want new furniture. I don't know, something more fun than a refrigerator. And the AirPods, I really like those things. And they're, $180. It was all crabby and feeling sick and like, nothing works out for me. I mean, I have a speech I have to give this week. I've got clients to see. I've got to, really sell my group coaching. I've got stuff I got to do. Wah, 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 wah. Negative. And then I recorded this podcast for you. And then I listened to my own advice. And you know what? It really helps. It really helps. I do know what I'm talking about. It really helps. I spent some time in practicing gratitude and being in that space, and it really helps me. So I'm not so crabby anymore or feeling so sorry for myself. I'm going to take a little rest and then get my butt back in the seat and do my work. Anyway, final thoughts on negativity. Here's to being a little more positive this week. All right. I'm rooting for you.